Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to talk about one of the most confusing topic for students, which is locating or recognizing the verb in the sentence. Recognizing a verb in the sentence is not something easy if you're getting confused between verbs and verbals. And this is what we're going to talk about today, but just after this break. Okay, welcome back again. So today we're going to talk about one of the most confusing things for students. Let's just see the examples and how the students are getting confused. So if we look at these three sentences, running every day is a good exercise, running swiftly he caught the bandit, and the boy is running down the street. So the question is, what's the difference between running in the first, second, and third sentence? Now, running in the first sentence is a noun, and it's the subject of the sentence, while running in the second sentence is an adjective, and running in the third sentence is the verb. And sometimes students think that, for example, sentence number 1, running every day is good exercise. Teacher, running every day is good exercise is in the present continuous because we have running and is, but the answer is no, it's not in the present continuous. This is running here is a noun. Running swiftly, he caught running here is an adjective. And the boy is running here is a verb or the verb of this sentence. So today we're going to get introduced to what is called verbals. We'd like to know the kinds of verbals. And then we're going to see how they function as half a noun and half verbs. So, let's just get started. Okay. So we have kinds of verbs. We have three kinds of verbs: gerund, participle, and infinitive. And today I'm going to cover gerund. Okay. So let's start with the gerund. The gerund is usually a verbal used as a noun, and in its present tense always ends in ing. Let's go to the example and see how it functions, because I don't like theory a lot. If we go to the examples here and functions at the same time, planning the work carefully required a great deal of time. Planning is the subject of the sentence. It's not a verb. What's the verb of the sentence? It's called required. Required is the verb. And the planning is the subject of the sentence, because the planning is half a noun and half a verb. Well, you might tell me, teacher, I understand the meaning of half a noun, but what do you mean by half a verb? I'm going to tell you once we just finish the example and functions. So planning here is a noun, and it's the subject. So it's a noun, and what's the function? It's the subject of the sentence. Let's have a look at the second example. She was not to blame for breaking the vase. So, for is a preposition. Breaking is the object of a preposition. So breaking here is a noun, and it is the function of it is the object of preposition. So it could be noun as the subject, it could be noun as the object of a preposition. And let's have a look at the third example here. I appreciated you taking time to help me. You appreciated what? It's taking time to helping me. So taking itself is the complement, or let's say the object of the verb appreciated. So in this case, gerund or the noun could be the subject, could be the object of preposition, and could be the complement. Okay, so what is the verb again? Don't get confused. What is the verb in this sentence? Is it appreciated or taking? It is appreciated, not taking time to help me. Okay, so the fourth and the last example in this slide. His unselfish acts, giving Marty his coat, plainly showed its generosity. Giving Marty his coat is we call it a positive. A positive, it means renaming the word that was, or the noun that was before, that is act. The unselfish act. What is the unselfish act? What are you talking about? Comma, giving Marty his coat. Comma, this is called a positive. Okay, so gerund, when they function as a noun, they could be subject, they could be object of preposition, they could be complement or maybe object, and they could be appositive. So these are the four functions of gerunds or nouns or verbals. Now, I've just explained how the verbals function as a noun, but how can we deal with them as verbs? And this is what we're going to see now. Now, object of verbals, though they function as a noun, but we deal with them as a verb when we want to add an adjective or when we have an object with them. Let's just see the example. Planning what? Planning what? Planning the work. So the work is the object of planning, but planning is a noun, yet it has got an object. So that's why we call it verbals. They are half nouns, half verbs. Planning what? Planning the work. Okay, let's look at the word carefully. Carefully describes what? Does it describe the word or modifies required? No, it modifies the word planning, yet we use it as an adverb, not as an adjective, because this is verbal. Okay, planning what? The work. How? Carefully. Carefully modifies the word planning, and that's why we use it as an adverb, not as an adjective, though its function as a noun. So verbals actually are half verbs and half nouns. Okay, let's move on to see. She was not to blame for breaking. We said breaking is the gerund, which is a noun, but yet we've got an object, which is the vase. Breaking what? Breaking the vase. So we have an object for this noun, which functions as a verb. I don't know if you can understand the whole mixture together. So it's like a noun and a verb at the same time. Noun, because they function as a noun, complement, subject, object of preposition, yet we can deal with them as verbs because they have got the object. They've got an object. Okay, the same example again. I appreciated your taking. We said taking itself is a verbal. Does it have an object? Yes. Taking what? Taking time. Okay. The next one. His unselfish act, giving. Okay, here the red line should be on his coat. Giving what? His coat. Giving what? His coat. His coat is the object of giving. Okay, is giving a verb? No, it's not a verb. It's a gerund. It's verbals. It's half a noun and half a verb. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you and bye.